Good morning. Thought I'd pop on a couple of minutes early and give everybody time to get on board before we get started. So, grab your coffee and join me. Good morning, Bonnie. How are you this morning? I have a feeling it's going to be a 2-pot coffee day. I don't know why, but my body is just screaming for more coffee. So while we're waiting on everybody else, I'm going to heat mine up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to get my coffee. Good grief, a bunch of y'all came on while I was gone. I wasn't gone that long. You can't tell because it's backwards, but my coffee cup says, "I'm sorry for what I said before I had my coffee." My husband bought this for me. Think he's trying to tell me something? I don't know. I'm not cranky. I don't know what y'all are like. I'm not cranky before I've had my coffee, but I just don't like to have deep conversations, and he has a tendency. He used to. He's gotten much better about it. We'll be married 40 years this month. But he used to wake me up asking me questions, like serious questions. Like, do you remember what check number 2143 in the amount of $18.72 was for? Let me wake up and have my coffee first. He's learned. Oh, Lord. Is it just me? Y'all have those same problems? I'm trying to... For those of you who have not done one of these before, if you see me look down a lot, I have my laptop down here, and I'm trying to watch as y'all come on and comment and ask questions because I can't see those on my phone, which is what I'm recording on. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I'm not that technology hip, so I don't know. I'm doing it all the hard way. I have my kitchen table all spread out with all of my stuff. So that's why we decided to call this Meet Me at the Table. And Kim, one of our moderators, had a great idea. She said if I name it that, it doesn't matter what table I'm sitting at. I could be at my patio table or my breakfast table or wherever. So, see, they're so smart. So we got one more minute. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to get in here. Denise is listening while she's riding back to Georgia from Florida. Girl, I hope you're not driving. I hope you're riding and somebody else is driving. But if you are, you keep your eyes on the road. Top of the morning to you too, Barbara. I hope everybody's gearing up for a great 4th of July. I have 6 brothers and sisters, and we are all kind of spread out, so we don't get to see everybody all together that often. But the youngest is going to be in town this weekend. He's a minister, and he's going to be preaching at my home church. And so we're all going to get together Saturday for a cookout. So I'm super excited about that. I love my brothers and sisters more than life. And so I'm crazy about the thought that we're all going to get together. My oldest brother is 81, I believe, and my youngest brother is, let's see, I'm 57, so he'll be 54, his birthday, so there's a huge difference between us. But anyway, okay, I've rambled enough. Let's get started. Let's see, let's do it in this order. First, I want to remind you that the cooking challenge is still going on. I think we said through the end of July. The rule is you have to post a recipe with a picture of your "Good morning, everybody. You're so sweet." And anyway, I can't name all your names or I'd never get any talking done. you have to post a picture of the finished product, what you thought about it, what the smart points are per serving, and if you modified it any. Use the hashtag Skinny Taste, SKINNYTASTE, Skinny Taste. And at the end of July, all of the people who followed the rules, I'm putting your name into a hat and I'm drawing a winner, and I'm going to mail to you this awesome cookbook. It's the Skinny Taste Fast and Slow. Now, there was a post on the board the other day about, I think it was Drizzle Me Skinny, was having some issues with one of the Weight Watchers boards, people posting her recipes and taking credit for them. We're not going to do that here, so if you use somebody else's recipe, please be sure and give them credit for it. You know, you can even link back to their blog page if you know how to do that and want to do that. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so that's still going on. In case you haven't noticed, we have a bunch of challenges on the board right now. We're trying to keep ourselves busy and active through the summer months. So, and I hope I don't miss any. I think I've got them all covered. We're doing the 30-day challenge, and I think today starts week 3, so we're about halfway through. That's the the Leslie Sansone 30-day walk it off, walk away video. It's walking and some toning thrown in. So if you're in that, you're about halfway through. So keep that going. We also have a slimming thigh challenge on the board that some of the folks are doing. We have a squats challenge, and today is day 3, and I did mine right before coming on here. So if I sound a little bit winded, that's why. Today was 30 squats. And I know if you look ahead, it gets up into the high numbers of squats, but you don't have to do them all at one time. If you want to break it up and, you know, do 10 at a time, spread it out through the day, that's great. Just do whatever you can. We also have a chair challenge for those of you who can't do the squats, but you still want to, you know, to get your body moving and active. One of our moderators, Sharon, has taken on that task. She's feeling very passionate about it, and so she's going to try to keep some things going for those of you who may have some mobility issues. So keep watching for that. I think those are our challenges. If I missed one, somebody be sure and let me know, and I'll be sure and add some more information on the board. That should get us active this summer, at least for the few, for the few more weeks before school starts back, and then we'll reevaluate. Okay, Turtle Gift Exchange is closed. Your gifts should have been mailed by last Friday. I hope everybody got theirs in the mail. If you took a name and have not mailed your gift, please private message me and let me know if you're not going to be able to mail your gift. I don't want anyone to not receive a gift who mailed one out, and so I'll make sure that a gift gets mailed out to them. Fitbit challenge. Bernadette says there's a Fitbit challenge, and there probably is. I don't think I'm in that one, so somebody post some information, post a comment, or not a comment, but a message on the board bringing us up to speed on the Fitbit challenge. I know a lot of you use Fitbits. My Fitbit has decided that it hates me. It doesn't sync. It doesn't track my steps right. I've contacted Fitbit I don't know how many times, so I've decided that's God telling me to just put it up for a while. So it's in a drawer in my bathroom. Okay, we will do another Turtle Gift Exchange, getting back to that, but it's going to be, we're going to have to take a break for a little bit because I have to recuperate from this one. This one was a doozy. We had over 300 participate, so just stay tuned. We'll do another one, I promise, because I know we've had a lot of new members come in since that one, and they want to get in on the fun and excitement too. But just be looking. Keep your eyes out for some awesome turtle gifts, and so once we do the next one, you'll be ready to go. Okay, I'm going to rescind something that I said recently. Having thought about it more and discussed it with the moderators, the I told you recently, Eva, this is your first time to see me live. Well, bless your heart. I hope you're not disappointed. We try to do this every week just to talk about different subjects, and if there's ever something that you want us to talk about, let me know, and I'll do my best to get it in. I said recently that I had told the moderators that we were going to delete pictures of what some folks call food porn. Some of you don't like that term, and I'm not crazy about it, but you know, for lack of a better word, that's what we were calling it. I've rethought that issue, and here's why. So I'm going to tell you what the rule is, and then I'm going to ask for your help in it. I can't protect us from ever seeing food that isn't good for us, or that we probably should limit, or maybe in some cases eliminate from our diet. We see it everywhere we go. We see it in the grocery store. We see it everywhere. You know, family gatherings and church dinners and that kind of stuff. So we can't live in a bubble where we're isolated or protected from that kind of thing. And so, having rethought it, I can't do that on the board either. What I'm going to ask for your help in is think before you post a picture of a very indulgent food. For instance, you go in the break room at work and somebody has put a German chocolate cake. Okay, that's tough. That's a tough temptation to deal with. You could come on the board and post a thread that says, I just went in my work break room where I have to go to get my coffee or refill my water bottle, and there's this unbelievably rich German chocolate cake sitting there. Does anybody have any good suggestions for me? That's great. We know what a German chocolate cake looks like. You don't have to take a picture and post that very tempting German chocolate cake so that now it's embedded in our brains and we're all thinking about it all day. Does that make sense? So we can talk about it without posting the picture of it. If there is a picture of a food on the board that tempts you, or you're, you know, thinking, gosh, I wish I hadn't seen that, just scroll on by. Don't report it, because we know it's there. We've probably seen it. Just scroll on by, and if you have to, block that post so it doesn't come up in your news feed. But we just, having thought about it more, we can't we can't live in a bubble. We have to learn to live in this world where we're surrounded by tempting food, and we have to learn that that's part of the challenge. So that's our position on that. At least once a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, the subject comes up. Somebody will post and say, Phyllis, you're right, it could send some over the edge. And that's why I'm asking you, posting your struggle with it is fine. That's what we're here for, and you know, we're all about that. But posting a picture of it that could make it unreasonably difficult for somebody else, that's what I'm asking you to just use some, you know, some wisdom in. Okay. A couple of times a week, maybe more, somebody will post a message or private message me or one of the moderators and say something along the lines of, can't we make this board only about Weight Watchers and stop talking about all the other things? And the official answer is no, we can't. This is our life journey. This is not just about food. This is about the emotions that we have to struggle with and we deal with. This is about getting through life and learning to not turn to food to medicate ourselves. We're going to share our highs and our lows, our struggles and our successes. Sometimes we're going to share the funnies. Sometimes we're going to share our needs. And that's just how it is. I know that there are boards that do not permit that, and that's great. That's their choice. But our choice is to share those things with each other. And so I hope you understand, and if you don't and you disagree with me and you decide that this group is not for you, I understand that, and I wish you the very best in your journey. Should you decide to come back, you're always welcome here. But we will not be limiting those kind of posts. Now, once again, I'll ask you to use wisdom. we don't need to know everything that goes on in your life in a volume set. I don't think I have to explain it. I think y'all get my drift. Okay, so that's that. Let me tell you what my subject is, and then I'll tell you my product finds. My subject this week is, because this is the 4th of July week, and we're all kind of in that mindset of freedom. My subject this week is, this is what it feels to be free. Weight Watchers has been very freeing for me. And I hope after you hear what I have to say today, you'll realize that it either is for you or it can be. I'm a big definition nerd, so I looked up the definition of freedom, and I love this. Sherry, are you talking about the Brooklyn Tabernacle song? This is what it feels to be free. They're my favorite group and my favorite. Anyway, sorry, got off on a little tangent there. It's one of my favorite songs too. The definition of freedom is not being imprisoned. Isn't that awesome? Not being imprisoned. We forget that our weight and our struggle with it is like a prison, and it holds us captive. And so while we get so focused on the scale and the number on the scale, our journey really should be about finding that freedom where we're not imprisoned any longer by our weight and by our struggle with food. So here's what I just made a real short list of the things that I feel free from thanks to Weight Watchers. I am free to either tell people or not tell people that I'm following a particular style of eating. There are many diets that if you sat down at the table with friends or acquaintances or family, they would know immediately that you were dieting by what you were eating or what you were not eating. If you are not eating any carbs, or if you're on a liquid diet or that kind of thing. I don't have to tell anybody that I'm doing Weight Watchers. I can sit at a table with anyone and share a meal, and they might think, she didn't eat nearly as much as I did, but I can eat exactly what everyone else is eating. I just have to modify the portions and plan the rest of my day accordingly. So I have the freedom to tell or not to tell. I also have the freedom to track or not to track. Saturday, my husband and I decided that we were not going to track our day, and so we didn't. We ate whatever we wanted. I'll tell you that I was absolutely miserable at the end of the day. That's the first time in a year I've done that, and it's the last time I will do it. I'm glad that I have the freedom to do it, but it also reminded me that there are consequences to all of my choices in what I eat, and so some of those consequences are just not worth it. So I have the freedom to track or not to track. I have the freedom to indulge, which I did Saturday, and I paid the price. But I'm free to do that, should I choose to do it. I have the freedom to modify. When I did low carb, I couldn't modify a recipe to add in some good healthy carbs because carbs weren't permitted. So I have the freedom to modify. I have freedom from the scale. It no longer controls me. It is just a number. It's just another tool to measure my journey. It has no more power than the size of my clothes or the measuring tape or anything else. We give the scale way too much power. It's just one more tool in your arsenal. So I have freedom from the scale. I have freedom from having to shop in a particular section of the store or a particular store. I can buy anywhere, any department, any store, and that's hugely freeing to me. I love it. I have freedom from bad health. I don't have high cholesterol anymore. I don't have pre-diabetes. I don't have all of the heart disease. I have regained control of my health, and I have Weight Watchers to thank for that. So this is how it feels to be free, and it feels pretty good. I have to tell you, I'm really enjoying it. I encourage you tomorrow or today, sit down and make your list. See if you can come up with 5 or 10 things that you are now free because of Weight Watchers, and share them on the board. I would love to see it. Sophia asked, how much have I lost? All total, from my highest weight, I am 58 pounds down. I am 5'2", so 58 pounds was huge on my 5'2" frame. I am in a size 4 or size 6. It depends on the clothes. And so some people have lost a whole lot more, but that was huge for me. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, my products. My products today, I have 2, and one of them, you may shoot me. I hope you don't, and I'll tell you why I chose it. One of them I use 2 or 3 times a week, and I've had it for a while, but I know they still sell them. This is called, it's a bag, and it's called the Potato Express. It's just a little bag. You can we eat sweet potatoes at least twice a week, and then we eat a regular potato at least once a week. I can put 2 large sweet potatoes in here at a time, fold the pocket down, microwave it for 4 minutes, and they're perfect. I bought it at Bed Bath & Beyond maybe a year ago. I absolutely love it. I do not ever cook potatoes any other way because it's so fast and it's so easy, and they come out perfect every time. So it's called Potato Express, and if you don't have a Bed Bath & Beyond near you, or they happen to not have it, I'm positive you could find it on Amazon. Love it. Okay. We take care of our internal body, and sometimes we forget to take care of our external. So as we lose weight, our skin changes, and it starts to get wrinkled, and we get sags, and we get that dull tone. So my second product for you today is, this is the one I use, and I'm not suggesting that you use this one. I don't sell this. I have no invested interest in it. I'll tell you the ingredient. This is why I use it. This one is called Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion. I use it morning and night on my arms and my legs. I haven't used it on my face, but I don't know why you couldn't. The active ingredient in it is glycolic acid. So you don't have to get this one, but find a lotion, a body lotion that has pretty high up in the ingredient list, glycolic acid. It's a natural exfoliator. It combats the signs of aging, which include wrinkles, lines, and dull skin tone. I've been using this on my arms and my legs for about 30 days now. This bottle was $20 on Amazon, and it's going to last me 3 or 4 months easily. Every night before bed, I rub it into my arms and my elbows and my ankles and my legs and my knees. And then in the mornings, I do it again after I get out of the shower. I have seen a huge difference in my skin tone. Huge. So I highly recommend that you add some kind of lotion that has glycolic acid into your daily routine. We need to take care of the outside of our bodies just as much as we do the inside, and then as we lose, we won't look so old. So I hope you don't shoot me for including something that's not food related, and if you're interested in more stuff that isn't food related, let me know that too, and I'll be happy to share it with you. I'm a huge skincare and makeup junkie, so I have an arsenal of stuff like that, and I'd be happy to share, but if you're not interested, there's no point. So you let me know what you want to hear about, okay? One more thing. Hang on. Show the bottle again. Okay. This is the one I use, Alpha Skincare Renewal Body Lotion. That's what it looks like. I bought it from Amazon, and it was $19.95. and a good 90-day supply, maybe even more, but I know I'll get 90 days out of it. Okay, we're going to do a giveaway. If you saw recently the beautiful quilt that one of our girls posted, she works next door to a quilt shop, which would be so dangerous for me. I'm a huge quilter. She posted a turtle quilt, and I fell in love with it. So I ordered the book, and my book came in, and when I get through here today, I'm going quilt shopping with my friend, and I'm getting the stuff to make the turtle quilt. Here's what I'm going to do. We're about 38,500 members, and we grow about 200 to 250 a day most days. Not every day, but most days. Okay, so it won't be terribly long, possibly by the end of the summer, when we hit 50,000 members. I told you the other day, I don't care how big we get, and I don't. I truly don't, but I just thought it would be fun. I like to kind of keep things going. So when we hit 50,000 members, I will use a software that does a random draw of a name, and I will give away a turtle quilt to that person. So mention our group in your Weight Watchers meetings, or to your friends who are doing Weight Watchers, or maybe to your friends who need to do Weight Watchers. But once we hit 50,000 members, I will do the drawing and ship out to that lucky person a really cute turtle quilt. And I'll post a picture of it when I finish it so you can see what it's going to look like, and we'll go from there. I think that's all I have today. I hope you have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. Again, I thank you for your kindness to one another on the board. I love when I get up in the morning and see that someone posted late at night a cry for help, and immediately several of you jumped in. This is just the most wonderful group of supportive people I've ever seen in my life, and I can't thank you enough for being that to one another. Reach out to us if you have trouble. The moderators are always here to answer any questions. We thank you for helping us keep an eye on the board and keep it safe. With so many of us there, it's often difficult for us to catch everything, but y'all are very kind to help us do that. Have a great week. Make it count. Make some good decisions, and do something good for yourself and somebody else. And I promised I would take some questions. So let's do that for maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. If you have to go, I totally understand. But if you have a question, I may not have the answer, but who knows? Maybe I will. And if not, I'll try to find it. Somebody asked me, while you are thinking, somebody messaged me today and asked, is it possible to have too many vegetables? Well, if you're talking about the starchy vegetables like the corn and potato, well, corn's not a vegetable, it's a grain. The potatoes and the beans and the starchy ones, then yeah, you could have too many. If you're talking about the 0 point vegetables, I ran this by the moderators because I wanted their opinion too. I don't know how you could possibly eat too many 0 point vegetables because they are so rich in nutrients and fiber. I think before you overate on them, they would just go right through you. But that's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. None of us got overweight by eating too many vegetables, though. That's what I think. So that's my answer to that question. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. But that's what I think. I eat a ton of vegetables. Yesterday, Teresa, am I a leader? I'm training to be a leader. I just got hired by Weight Watchers, and I've done the online training, and I'm waiting to start the in-person training. That's my passion, and it's what I want to do. If Weight Watchers didn't ever hire me or pay me a dime, I would still do this on here because I believe that strongly in it. What are my suggestions for someone starting out? I'm ready for a change. Well, Michelle, here are my suggestions for you. Track like your life depends on it. Measure everything that goes in your mouth. Set out measuring spoons and measuring cups, and honest to God, measure your food and track it as if your very life depended on it. Drink your water, get a little bit more active, and don't look at this as a diet, because it's not. It has to be a way of life, and the way you're going to live for the rest of your life for your health's sake. And those are my suggestions. If you do that and you don't focus on having to lose a certain amount of weight every week, you'll be fine. There will be weeks that you don't lose, and that's okay. That's your body's way of adjusting. Do I suggest probiotics? I take a probiotic every single day. I had 25% of my colon removed a few years ago, so I'm huge on probiotics. Next week I'll share with you which probiotic I take. I do not use artificial sweeteners, Phyllis, because they trigger migraines for me. I do keep stevia packets in my purse just in case we're out and I'm got a hankering for some tea. Then I'll put stevia in it, but I don't do the other artificial sweeteners. I don't necessarily have a problem with other people. If you want to use them and they don't bother you, go for it. I think having something with an artificial sweetener as opposed to a Snickers bar might be a better choice. I just can't because they trigger migraines, but that's just my opinion. Patty's interested in the probiotics. I'll go into those. I'll make that one of my discussions next Monday. How much water should we be drinking a day? That's a good question. The experts differ on it. I think most of what I've read says a good rule of thumb is take your weight, divide that in half, and drink that in ounces of water per day. So if you weighed 160, you would divide that in half, which would be 80. So you should shoot for 80 ounces of water a day. I drink, I probably drink 4 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I switch over to water, and I drink bottles of water, and they hold 20 ounces, and I try to get 5 of those in every day. I don't always make it, but that's my goal. I try to do that. I don't think you can drink too much water. You can drink too much water too fast, but the odds of you doing that are slim to none. People who are working outside and get dehydrated and start guzzling ice cold water, that cannot be really good for you, but just spread it out during the day and you'll be fine. Let's see. Is it not a good idea to exercise right before weigh-in? If you did a real intense cardio, it might affect your hydration. So I don't exercise before I weigh in. I weigh in at noon on Wednesdays, and I don't drink a lot of water that morning, and I don't exercise that morning. I don't know that there's a scientific answer, but I found for me, if I work out that morning, my weight is up a few ounces, and I cut off drinking 2 hours before my weigh-in. I used to drink right up until time, and I had a leader one time say, that bottle of water you just drank, weigh it, and that's going to be in your body until it comes out. So I stopped drinking water 2 hours before my weigh-in. I take a bottle with me, and as soon as I weigh in, I start drinking water again. So, you might try 1 week, do your exercise before your weigh-in, and then the next week don't. See if it makes any difference for you. I think our bodies react differently, than one another. So, that's just what I do. Linda says I drink water right up to weigh in and then use the ladies' room. Yeah, I go to the bathroom right before I weigh in for sure. I love makeup and other product recommendations. Okay, I'll try to throw some of those in, and if you're not interested in them, just ignore me. But like I said, I'm a huge makeup and skincare junkie. I don't sell any of it, and I'm not devoted to any brand, and I will not permit you selling it on the board. So don't think this is giving you permission to post your product that you're selling, because it's not. We'll keep it limited to here, and we'll do it that way. Hopefully it won't get out of hand. Carrie says every time I've worked out an hour before weigh-in, I've been up. Yeah, that's what happened to me too, Carrie. So I stopped doing it. Gina says she exercises before weigh-in and normally sees a loss. So see, everybody's different. You just have to try it both ways and see what works for you. Okay, we've been going a while, and I don't want to keep you too long this morning. I know y'all have things to do, and I got to get out of here. I'm going shopping. Have a wonderful week. Like I said, be kind to each other on the board. Do something good for yourself and for a neighbor. It helps them and it makes you feel good. Celebrate the 4th with your friends and family, and keep in mind those who sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice so that we could have the freedom to do what we do. I think we live in the greatest nation in the world, and regardless of your political bent, I'm proud to be an American, and I hope you are too. And for our Canadian friends, we love you, and we hope that we know that you're not proud to be American, you're proud to be Canadian, but we love you too. Y'all are wonderful neighbors, and we hope that the Canadians feel the same way about us Americans. Have a great week, and I will see you on the board. Bye.